back to another week of Starfinder Drift Crasher's Adventure Path. This week we are starting the second book, AP47, Nightmare Scenario. When last we left our players, they were running for their lives, well, flying for their lives, from Malakanta in the Hellish Destroyer, bouncing through planes and realities and times, and they finally ditched the pursuers, and now we'll find out what they've run into. Have they gone from the frying pan into the fire? But let's do some introductions. I'm going to move us to the start screen for now. Where's our old start screen? Like this. And, well, here we go with OBS being terrible. We'll start with introductions. Kazette, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Kazette. I am a marine mechanic with an exocortex in my eyes. Hopefully do stuff. I'm basically an engineer. I'm good at a lot of engineering type stuff. And I shoot things sometimes first.
Sometimes first. And Stitches.
I am a Yasaki Technomancer who is also the group's battle medic. However, I'm usually the one that needs the medic because I like opening doors I shouldn't.
Curiosity kills the Yosoki a lot.
Yes, it does.
That beats the Patra getting the Yasaki. And Chaos.
I am a Vanguard Sheeran. Basically, I'm supposed to be the enforcer, but you know, I let Stitches go through the door first so he can take it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I like to punch things.
Well, see, Stitches going through the door first is part of how he keeps you guys healthy by taking all the hits himself, right?
Yeah.
I'm a
And
giver.
now we have Otto.
Otto is a human operative. He is the crew's pilot and does a little bit of sniping when things get ugly.
And last but not least, we have Jolers, who joined us a few episodes in.
So I'll be playing Jolers, the Lashunta Solarian. I do some talking, hopefully before everybody starts shooting, and in combat, I try to get in the way of people. Hopefully, of the enemies more than my friends.
Hopefully. There's a lot of hopes and dreams in this team, I think.
Yeah. Well, look at the Twitch stream. I just see starting soon.
Yeah, I haven't changed the screen yet. I was fixing our landing screen. There we go. So I did all of those introduction images, and nobody saw it. Because I'm good at this. There's Kazette. There's Stitches. There's Chaos. And Otto. And Jolers. There we go. So, again, when last we met, which was 2 weeks ago, you had just bounced across the plains trying to escape from Malakanta and her fighters, and we left you on a cliffhanger because, you know, that's how we do these things, right? As you come out of the last jump, the Chaos Engine has brought you to a location that looks sort of like this. I'll move you guys here in a second. And I will give you a description. A massive black hole fills the screen, surrounded by a chaotic cloud of debris that circles around and moves ever closer to it. Floating hulks of twisted metal, apparently from ruined starships, collide with islands of crumbling rock torn from some unknown planet before tumbling toward the black hole's inky maw. The exposed roots of floating massive trees dangle like grasping fingers. A stone ziggurat spins erratically, obliterating smaller debris in its path. Chunks of sandstone occasionally break off from the intimidating structure and disintegrate. All around the Primarata, pieces of incongruous landscapes float around the black hole, slowly at first, but more quickly as they near their destination. The Primarata isn't alone. A large and decrepit bulk freighter floats in the distance, emerging from behind a slab of craggy, snow-dusted granite that looks like it was sheared from a mountain's precipice. The stalled ship spins slowly, gaping holes in its hull, exposing the ship's interior to vacuum. Despite the massive damage, emergency lights blink upon the freighter's hull, and light occasionally flickers from its viewports. The mysterious ship drifts slowly but inexorably toward the black hole. And that is what you see on the left side of the view screen there. It looked kind of like a Gothic cathedral.
Uh-huh.
That's a Warhammer battleship. We should not.
Y'all did great in the chase, and you came out relatively unscathed. So, what would you like to do?
Well, obviously this is a cue for a wormhole. So let's button line and head straight in.
I don't think that's how that works.
And next week we will meet again as we start Horizons of the Vast.
Right.
Let's scan the freighter first and see if we can detect anybody on the ship.
Okay.
I am sure this universe has beaches and booze. We're just not close to any right now.
Yeah, there's probably a universal constant.
How strongly are we feeling the pull of this black hole?
The black hole, it's very large, but otherwise an ordinary example of its type of cosmic phenomenon. Do you have mysticism or physical science?
I have both.
You may roll
We should
whichever you would
discuss-
like.
Sure, yeah. Tell us how long we would have before
Yeah.
the ship is unrecoverable.
What I was really looking for was to see if you rolled really poorly, which you did not. What you know is that they're thought to black holes are thought to connect to the negative energy plane, which is extremely harmful, like fatal, to all life, but revitalizing to the undead. Any living creature who enters a black hole will die. If you get too close, it could pull you in and destroy you. And whoever was doing the sensor check can go ahead and roll.
Well, it's probably
That would be computers.
Computer, okay.
Yes. The freighter is broadcasting a distress signal. It is not past the point of no return, but it is definitely being drawn into the black hole. You can, using whatever databases you have available, you can identify that it looks like it's about a 3-century-old Solarian cosmonastery. And it's broadcasting that there are 34 living individuals aboard, and it needs assistance.
we
Do
don't
they
have room
specify
for
what kind?
34 people.
No,
So
we don't.
so your ship could probably slowly tow it away if you found a way to do that. Whether it's you have to figure out how to connect to it in such a way that will work.
Well, I guess we should try to contact them.
Can we tell what systems are operational on their end or not?
Sure. Go ahead and let's see, a 24. What you can tell is most of the levels seem to be inactive. You can probably tell that just looking at lighting. There are three levels that seem to have some activity of some sort as far as like power and such. You can verify that there are 34 living beings on the ship. And it's in pretty dire shape. The engines are not functioning. Life support is on 2 of those 3 levels in some areas. As previously described, there's like massive holes in the side of it. It looks like it's basically run down over time, but also that it was damaged when recently. And you said you were going to try and contact the freighter?
Yeah. would being a Solarian, I mean, if there's a monastery, would we have any uh particular greeting or like shorthand, just so I could, hey, I'm one of you guys.
So Solarian, in this case, they would probably, at your best guess, be followers of a common god, not common to you, but common amongst themselves.
Hmm.
So, I mean, you being a Solarian, you probably speak the lingo, as it were. Um, there's not like a secret code. It's not like there's a thieves' cant or whatever for Solarians.
Just at least giving them a sense that we are here to help, and I'm one of you guys, so you don't have, yeah, just to have them at ease, basically.
So, did you guys say you were going to hail the freighter?
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay. Are you just? What are you saying?
Uh, we're going. I shall, I guess, say uh hi. uh, do you need assistance? How can we help? And yeah, but splashing on those Solarian jargon just so they can feel a bit more at
To see if they identify with you.
ease. Yeah.
You get a response. It sounds not quite organic. And they say, I am Cora, the guiding intelligence that operates this vessel. My primary mission is to supplement crew functions and maintain systems aboard the Final Horizon. My secondary mission is to aid all occupants in obtaining enlightenment. This vessel has experienced a loss of power, is caught in the gravitational well of the nearby black hole, and is threatened by the singularity's cloud of planar debris. The Final Horizon requires towing and immediate repair.
Kindly guide us through the where we may attach the tow line, and we'll try to get you out of there as soon as possible.
I am not programmed with that knowledge. My subroutines expect you to find the solution to that.
Ah, the old railroad subroutine.
Something like that.
It's the old subroutine that's not going to solve the puzzle for the players.
It's like we might actually
All
have to
right.
roll something to figure out what to do here.
What? No. You act like this is a roll. You act like the role in role playing game is spelled ROLE, not ROLL.
Using the computer scans from before, can I use engineering to try to figure out what the best way to tow this thing is?
That is a very good question. I have an answer. The answer is yes.
Okay, let me engineer this thing.
With a 16, you can find that rigging a cable is an option that you can use. You have three options that you can try. You could try rigging a cable and towing it out. You could try finding a strong position and pushing it out. Or you could try docking with it and flying it out that way. There's different difficulties and hazards associated with each approach.
Would I know what those hazards and stuff might entail?
Yes. So if you decide to attach a cable, somebody is going to have to do an EVA, and it's very dangerous out there with all the debris and everything. So above the table, that would require somebody that's very athletic, or at least that can pull off
Athletic or
feats of
acrobatic?
athletic, because you're towing you're dragging a heavy cable, etc. If you're just gonna dock with it and tow it while docked, that would be difficult for a pilot to do, but that would be the person that would have to deal with that.
Well, we have the best pilot in the galaxy, so
Yeah.
And an engineer would be the one that would need to decide where best to push the vessel from. basically assessing structural strength from what you can tell.
I think option A should be docking,
Yeah.
towing B, and pushing C.
So
I think
above
pushing
table, I'm going to tell you what this boils down to, because it matters. So if you're doing the cable, it would require 2 engineering checks. If you're doing the it would be 2 engineering checks and an athletics check for the towing with the cable.
Okay.
If you are trying to push it, it would be piloting. Similar difficulty to the athletics.
Piloting?
Say again?
Yeah, I thought you said pushing was engineering.
Oh, that's right. It is. Actually, no. It is piloting. Let me reread this real quick. I may have misunderstood.
I thought you said engineering to find a spot to push.
Well, that's what I
and
had said.
then
Yeah. So yeah, it's 2 engineering checks and an athletics check for the cable. It's engineering and piloting for pushing, and it's just piloting to dock and guide it out that way. The downside to that is if you're docked and guiding it, if anything happens and you need to react quickly, you can't because you're docked. No, because it would take you in games terms, it'd take you at least a round to get undocked.
Now, is it 1 piloting or 2 to pilot it out?
The docking version, that is one single piloting check, and you have a feeling that would be the easiest to do. But again, you risk the fact that you're attached to the ship.
being able to react to external
And
factors, of which there are many. We are in the accretion disk of a black hole.
Exactly. There's a lot of, I can't express how much crap there is floating around and bouncing off. Most of it's small, but there's some big shit.
The look of it.
I mean, there's
and
a
the pushing is 2
pyramid.
roles. So the pushing is 2 roles, an engineering and a pilot.
And those are both a higher DC.
And then the pulling is 1 athletics and 2 engineering.
And the engineering are pretty low DC. The athletics is a moderate DC as well.
So, do we have anybody here that's good with athletics?
Not me.
And these are just the setup. These aren't the actual process of escaping. There's going to be more.
Right.
This is a skill challenge in game terms.
What if we called AAA?
You are triple.
So I think
We
the
are triple A.
piloting one might be the best. It's 1 roll. It's a little bit easier roll. So docking and trying to pilot it out first, and then push if we can't do that. If we have that option. And I don't think the pulling is going to work because I don't think we have anybody good with athletics.
Works for me.
I
Yep.
vote for the piloting. I've always wanted to get sucked into a black hole.
Is there any assistance we can give to the pilot in this docking maneuver?
No.
Alrighty then.
It's all up to you, Otto.
Okay, all of the crew stand by the escape pods.
I'm in engineering. I'm ready to kick the engines in in case this thing breaks and it falls in. We want to get away from it.
Ready to abandon Otto.
No, ready to
Sounds about
abandon this other thing. Do we
I'll
don't
hold the
have
door
an
open
escape
for
pod?
him.
We don't have escape pods. We built our arcane lab.
Yeah, you don't have escape pods.
Just
You
set
don't make
breaching
escape
charges
pods.
on the docking clamp in case stuff goes sideways, and we'll just abandon them.
Okay.
So are you just going to act, or are you going to let the
We're gonna act.
contact know what you're going to do?
Oh, well, that's up to Jolers.
Oh, I mean, I'm gonna talk to them, but are we going to tell them what their plan is? Probably.
Yeah, we need to let them know in case they can do anything.
So paging AI, freighter, Solarian freighter AX2B, going to perform docking
It is
procedure and try to pull you out of that black hole.
it responds. It doesn't respond for a moment, and then it responds says, "Subroutines assuming you are speaking to this vessel. For future reference, this vessel is known as the Final Horizon."
Oh, that's
That
ironic.
is-
That's
Yeah.
appropriate.
That's not a problematic at all.
Acknowledging intent to assist. Please, if possible, move this vessel out of immediate danger, but still in the vicinity of the black hole.
Okay.
Clarification. In keep you in the vicinity of the black hole.
Yes.
Requires to what?
Occupants belong to a religious order dedicated to attaining enlightenment through the understanding of stellar energies, and it is my mission to assist them. A black hole is stellar energies.
They want to study the black hole.
They just don't want to study it from the inside.
Yeah, that's generally less advisable.
It's like sharks are really cool and exciting, but I'd rather look at them from outside.
All right. Copy that.
I'll,
Final Horizon. Our legendary pilot here shall take good care of you.
You realize you're tempting fate by saying that. He's going to roll a 1 now.
Yeah,
I swear to God.
exactly my plan.
Which may actually succeed.
Well, we'll see.
Let's get that. That was pretty damn close.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. All right.
Do you know the funny thing? I can tell you now that you've succeeded. You could not fail.
Oh, I couldn't.
It was a 14 DC. So you have docked with the vessel, and now there are more checks required. So there are things that can be done to assist.
Okay.
A science officer can help for each round. So this is a multi-round thing.
Okay.
You will be required to succeed at 3 DC 19 piloting checks.
Ooh.
So over 3 rounds, this is because you're docked, it makes it a lot less maneuverable. This is the easiest one to set up, the hardest one to actually pull off. Look, Joelers ran away.
I had
Go
to
figure.
reset because I couldn't find where my character sheet went.
No, it's okay. Oh yeah, you minimized it. Yeah. Okay, so that's what you're up against is 3 DC 19 piloting checks. However,
all right.
You can get some help with dealing with the debris field. Science officer who does some computers checks can help plot a course, or a gunner can help destroy incoming debris. And those are, if those are not done, then the ship will take bludgeoning damage from incoming debris. A magic officer who concentrates on the black hole and the surrounding region can help. They can help. They can help magically exploit the time dilation effects around the black hole to earn all of you a free round of activity without risk from the debris field. So if you have a magical officer, that's a possible thing. Aid and encouragement. A captain, i.e., someone with what is it?
Charisma.
Diplomacy or intimidation. Oh no, it's actually intimidation. A captain can attempt to intimidate an ally, and if they're successful, that ally gains a +4 bonus to a single check. It's basically do good or else, buddy. Or the captain can attempt, or the captain can attempt a slightly easier diplomacy check to grant only a +2 bonus to an ally attempting a skill check. Either one of those can only be done per ally once per rescue. You're only rescuing once, so. Yeah, so that's things that can be done.
So I'll man the guns because I have piloting fuel, and that adds to or that's gunner can be used instead of BAB for gun.
Well, yes, but you have someone with a 3 BAB.
Well, that means it's just as good as my pilot.
Right, but she's not able to do other stuff.
Chaos.
Yeah, but
Aren't you the mystic as well?
Well, Chaos, yeah, that's right. Mysticism and who else is Mysticism? I have notes. Mysticism is Chaos and Joelers and no Stitches and Joelers.
it's BAB or piloting plus your dex, and I have the piloting 3 and the dex of plus.
We might need you to do the mystic thing and ignore
There's also the computers thing.
Right, I was assuming Stitches would do the.
So the debris field, you only get assistance from one, though multiples can try. So if one of you succeeds out of multiples, that's great. If neither of you succeeds, that's not so great.
Unless Stitches is a mystic guy this time, right? Or
Well, my computers is 11 and mysticism is 7.
right. And I have a computer's 11, so I could do the computers too. But I think I'm.
You just want to shoot gun.
Other than auto, and there was no engineering, which I have a 13 on engineering.
You know, Joelers, when you scream in space, nobody can hear you.
You should help the guy doing the mysticism check.
But you very well could do Joelers.
Before they got after I screamed at them. So.
You definitely could do the diplomacy thing to help people because you have a solid diplomacy.
That's what I'll be doing every opportunity.
So, Stitches, you're our only mysticism person, right?
No.
Yeah. So you want
Stitches and Joelers both have mysticism.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
+7.
So either and Joler's really our only diplomacy person. So either Stitches on
He'll
computer
be on motivation duty.
and Joler's at motivation.
Stitches or Joelers, you have extra ranks now somehow.
I maybe I made that's from the skill synergy feat. I did not know how to add that.
Okay, I'll help you with that afterwards then.
Yeah. So I got bluff and diplomacy as the 2 skills.
So Joeller's captain. I'll be magic. Kazak can be computers, and Chaos can be the gunner.
Yep.
You know where this is going to lead you, don't you?
To victory.
Okay, Joelers, intimidate Chaos into shooting better.
You piss her off so she shoots better. Takes it out on the asteroid.
I'd rather go for the soft-handed approach and visualize the target.
So I will tell you right now, the piloting checks are probably the hardest checks in the batch.
Yeah, but we know that he rolled a 2 and got a 16, and he needs a 19. So that means he needs to roll what, a 5?
Yeah.
But you need 3 of them before you're out of things. So actually, I'm gonna start the initiative tracker.
Okay.
Well, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm gonna add you guys to it.
We got our stuff. So maybe you need to intimidate our pilot, and if you intimidate our pilot, he can't fail.
Sure, you just believe that.
We'll see about that.
Oh, we need to roll initiative, but we're not on this.
Yeah, I haven't set up this start screen. I forgot to do that.
Oh, okay, that's what that is. Okay. Roll.
You guys are also tiny?
Yeah, we are. This must be a big map or something.
It's a big image. Yeah. Honestly, the initiative really doesn't matter. Otto, I'm gonna assume you're going last, so I'm gonna make you 5.
Okay.
I'll just add Jolers. Jolers will go first because he's got to decide who to intimidate, diplomacy, whatever.
Right.
All right.
Except I did that backwards, didn't I?
Backwards.
Yeah. It does like to count down.
There we go.
There
It makes it easier that way. Okay, and I'm going to play with the things. So who's going to get diplomatized, Joler? Who are you going to be the hype man for?
So I can only hype them up once per person, right?
Once per person, correct.
All right, and I only have one action per turn. All right. You know what? Let's start things off. Well, I'm gonna I'm gonna go scream at chaos. Shoot that! Shoot that!
Are you backseat gunning?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, he is.
Let me. Oh wait, I can do that from. No, that's a blind roll. So, where is that?
That's
Intimidate?
diplomacy skill.
No, that
That was
that was
intimidate.
intimidate. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, you're intimidating. So 27. Yeah, that's definitely successful. So you will get +4 on your gunnery check, Chaos.
I'm gonna need all the help I can get.
Yes, because the dice hate you.
Mhm. Okay, what am I supposed to roll then?
You could just roll a normal ranged attack.
Oh, hold on.
I think you have a gun or something, right?
A normal ranged attack. Okay, hold on.
He did give us a macro for the gunner, I think.
I made
Did
one.
not. Oh, did
Oh,
you?
why is my
Yeah,
computer
there was one
acting up?
posted in the Discord channel.
Or I made a thing I could put in my thing.
There we go.
Yeah,
That didn't work.
Shows.
What's that? I didn't hear what you said.
I was thinking it was Zetarog that posted that. I thought it was you, but yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Does that show the whole thing? I don't think it shows the whole thing.
Is it my turn?
Yes, it is your turn.
Yep.
Oh, we're not in initiative. Okay, so I can just go.
Yeah. Well, we're in order. I just didn't turn on the laser music and all. I will do that just to make it easier.
Yes, I hit something.
Hey, don't get cocky, kid.
Nice.
I was waiting. So with a 24, that is successful. So you successfully avoid the bludgeoning damage.
Oh wait, what?
Oh, by the way,
What
that
is
bludgeoning damage is to the characters on the ship, not to the ship itself.
Oh, that's lovely.
It's for the ship being jostled and bashed around, but it is for a reflex save for half damage. So it is now Stitch's turn.
Just in case.
So I'm doing
I was just
mysticism,
saying,
right?
that chaos, that isn't the right roll to make. I mean, it is the right roll, except you're not proficient in a pulse caster rifle, so it took a -4 to it. So you actually rolled
Oh.
better than it looked.
Yeah, you
'Cause
rolled a
you should have had a
24.
+4.
You rolled a 19. On
Yeah. So it should have been a lot higher.
That never happened.
It would have been a 28.
Yeah, because you had a +4 instead of a -4. Because it was
Oh, wow,
intimidation.
yeah.
Mysticism. So Stitches focuses his full attention on the black hole in the surrounding region, and he starts sensing fractal patterns in the computer screens that look like butterflies, and he hears melodious chimes and softly beating wings that echo within the ship's collision alarms. I don't know what you're on, but I want some. you are able to magically exploit these strange sensations to sense basically how to avoid more damage. You can only do this the one time unless you want to use a resolve point for future attempts.
Okie doke.
But what this has done is the next round, you guys don't have to worry about the debris.
Okay, Chaos doesn't have to shoot.
Sweet. That's always a good thing.
Chaos is like, what? I was able to have fun and you took it from me. I think you should kill Stitches.
You can
And
still
Cassette.
shoot.
Yeah, you can shoot,
Yeah,
just
you
take
can
pot
still
shots at random asteroids.
Okay, I should practice.
Yeah, right.
That's right. Waste all those high rolls. 13?
I rolled a 2.
And, well, you were doing the plotting the course, so it doesn't matter, fortunately.
Whatever
Because Chaos saved your bacon.
messed up my computers.
Chaos saved your bacon. Otto, we need that fateful piloting roll.
All right.
A 30. I'm pretty sure a 30 exceeds the DC. All right, so as you deftly pilot, a piece of debris slams into the final horizon, and you see two monks fly out of the hole that it creates. They are still able to be rescued.
Well, that's not good.
So, Joelers, what would you like to do?
Oh, I guess
Rescue them.
I plotted the bad course, so
No, it's hard to plot a course for this giant thing. That's what it was. And the gunner couldn't protect it because it came from the other side. I'm sorry, say again?
Is everyone still doing the same things?
Well, you've got a complication of two monks in space, man overboard, as it were.
All right.
what can we do to get the man overboard?
Well, what would you think you would be able to do?
Attach someone to a cable and shoot them out of the cargo hold.
I'll fire. I'll fire.
We don't have any last life jackets.
So, quickly checking your sensors, you do see that these two people are alive and have suit environmental protections. So they're not going to die immediately, but if they drift too far away, they're not going to be recoverable. So they definitely are in dire straits. And I'm
Can I
not talking
move
about
somewhere-
the awesome band.
Can I move somewhere on our ship so that I'm within 30 feet of them?
No, because it's a big ship that they blew off of. However, I will tell you that it might take a minor feat of acrobatics or athletics to grab them. Actually, it would take both. It would take acrobatics to get to them, maneuvering in zero G, etc. And it would take athletics to successfully grab them. And another acrobatics check to return to the ship.
Well, I got the acrobatics. I got a 10 in that, but athletics, I have a 0, so I can't do that.
I did say a
Would you like
minor
a
feat.
+4 to that? Would you like a +4 to that athletics? I could.
Yeah, that would give me a +4.
He's gonna be like you're supposed to do in an emergency situation. You point to someone and say, "You go get help."
Can I, if I get close to them, can I use this to push them in the right direction?
No more than 10 pounds.
Yeah, but they're zero G.
I would maybe allow you to use that to give you like +1 to your roll if you wanted to try, but you would have to be the one out there doing it.
How
Is this
about
like being at a swimming pool and there's like a little pool noodle that we can throw?
No, unfortunately, that isn't.
can I try to plot a course for a pilot to take that takes the ship so that they come back in through a hole within the ship?
Unfortunately, not, because they are flying away from the ship. You would have to approach the black hole to do that. That is ill-advised.
Well, of course, it's kind of a zigzag.
That is ill-advised. Getting closer to the black hole. This is going to be an EVA test for somebody, or you just let the two guys die, and then there's only 32 lives on board.
Well, since I probably can get there, and I probably can get back. I may not be able to get them because my athletics suck, but might as well try.
Well, you do have the blessing of Desna.
I can
Everybody
try.
has that. Yeah.
Hey,
My athletics
how
is
far
minus
away?
three.
How far away are they from the ship? From where I would have to go?
How far would you like them to be?
5 feet away.
30 feet.
They're far enough away that you're not going to be able to like just. Oh, I have a spell that solves the problem. But they're not so far away that if you miss, you're going to die horribly. Well, depends. Oh no, they're not. That's how far is the range on that?
I can teleport back 30 feet.
Yeah,
so if I get
no,
to them and grab them and teleport back.
no, they're further than 30 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, the problem is
I
my
didn't put a
athletics
description
is.
in that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the problem is I have a 0 in athletics.
Well, what is
That's what I have.
your strength?
Pathetic.
Oh, so the 0 is with your strength counted in.
Yeah.
What's your acrobatics?
Yeah, my strength is 10. I have 4 in acrobatics.
Yeah, see, I have a 10 in acrobatics. I should be able to get there and get back with acrobatics.
Here's the full image, by the way. I didn't show that to you. It's a beautiful image.
Yeah. So I'm going to try that. Jolers, yes, I would like your help to tell me to get the heck out there and.
Here's what Jolers will do. You need more assistance with athletics, right?
Right. Can he choose?
So
Can I choose to use the +4, or does he? Is it +4 to all my actions, or
It's
+4 to
plus-
one?
It's +4 to your next one. I'll tell you what. I would allow you to choose one of the 3 to apply it to, just to be nice.
Yeah.
Because we have a team that has no athletics or real acrobatics.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, just to keep it in narrative, I'm gonna show you how to properly get those people back. Before you jump off out of the airlock, Jolers will approach you and just face to face and give you a nice tight hug. This is how you bring them back.
And please attach this rope to me securely.
Wrap them in duct
Alright.
tape, sticky side out.
Hey, we have 100 feet of rope type thing.
You know what? That's just enough.
But I'm a bit more afraid of not giving a bonus here, so I'll use my diplomacy in this case.
Okay.
Just, giving a nice tight hug.
Oh,
It
no,
was nice knowing you.
I mean, I'd rather. Well, go ahead. See, you didn't have to worry.
So I was rolling just to see something. While you guys have been trying to figure out a course of action in the 6 seconds that you actually had, the 6 seconds has taken 3 or 4 minutes so far. The 2 guys were able to maneuver together, so you'll be able to save them both in one go.
Okay.
So the check
Well,
was
you know,
the diplomacy
ship
check.
actions
So
are
you
supposed to be
will.
like a minute long.
What's that?
I think ship actions.
Oh
are
yeah,
supposed to be more
this isn't combat. So yeah. So yeah, that's 29 is a success. So you'll get +2 on that whichever roll.
athletic.
So we need
Okay.
the acrobatics first.
Well, Chaos, are you going to do anything?
Oh yeah, we got to go in order. Chaos. What would you like to do? Are you gonna? You don't have to, but you're welcome to shoot at more asteroids.
I'm gonna take a pot shot. Why not?
At the engineer, at the monks, right?
Wow. Well, I'm such a good shot that would be just, ducky. Let's try this one.
They're not that bad. You're +5. So rolling a d20 +5 is not bad. Yeah. That's the better one to roll because you're proficient in tactical semi-auto.
So 14 would have succeeded.
Ah.
Just barely.
What can our mystical operator do?
This round would it be better if I did computers.
Yeah, because I'm off computers.
Okay. Ooh.
No, it would not be better. You managed to roll less than I did.
Fortunately, again, this round you didn't have to worry about debris, so and your gunner still shot stuff because why not?
Yeah. Okay, here goes the acrobatics. I have +2 to this. It's the way I'm rolling it doesn't give me an option to add +2, so
Well, that was the so you have 8 on the athletic.
8. I'm going to go ahead and roll. Where's my thing? Have a butterfly.
Oh, that's
Make it a
unfortunate.
9.
That is
I'm
not
not
enough. So you are currently floating nearby. I think next round you may have to try again.
Okay, can I? Okay, so I didn't quite get to them, but
Yeah, you haven't
Okay.
you haven't done damage, but you definitely haven't grabbed them. So Kazette is Kazette is currently a Kazite.
yeah, but we're fixing to move away. I can't grab. I mean,
Well,
will there be an extra?
you better hope that 100 feet of cable is enough.
Okay,
Remember, in space everything's relative, so they're kind of moving.
yeah, but yeah,
Stitches.
this has already went. And
Oh, that's right. Kazette went auto.
All right. I fly the ship. Oh,
Yeah.
come on.
You don't have any bonuses?
That's with a +14. I'm gonna use my
Yeah,
my butterfly here.
Good, you'll use them all in the first thing. Where did your butterfly go? I don't see. Oh, did you? Oh, okay. By the way, you guys can pull them off and delete them once you pull them off, I believe. So roll your d6. I'll tell you, you need a 3 or better. No!
Oh,
Come on.
That is 2 failed butterflies. So you still need 2 more successes. Jollers.
all right. Seeing that our pilot had some difficulty, I'm gonna sit down in the captain's chair. Maybe we need to have a one-on-one. And I just say, just keep on doing what you're doing. I believe in you. That's another. That's another. Just a diplomacy. I think that should be enough. Well, another one. Wait, no. That should be +15 minimum. I don't know why it's not added.
let's see here. You got 3 ranks +3 class skill
Plus
+4 ability. So that's 10.
Because I do have 3 ranks, 4 from charisma, so that's 7. 3 from being a class skill, that's 10. Then I have the skill synergy, that's another +2.
So the
Then
+2
I have-
is not. Yeah, you haven't set up the +2 into it.
Yeah, either way, the 15 is successful, so if there's a little extra, that's fine. It sounds like when you added extra ranks, the system is smart enough to know that that's not allowed.
Right.
all right.
But I can fix that for you real quick. Did
Oh,
you
you
add
can shoot for real this time, Chaos.
add the skill that gives you those extra points to your abilities, and I'll show you how to fix it, Joelers. Okay, so that was 15. Who were you helping? The pilot?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so Chaos. You do need to hit things or navigate this round, so do your worst or whatever you'd like to do.
Okay, I'm gonna try to hit it.
Excellent.
No, I'm going to hit it. I'm not
That's
gonna try
right.
There
to
you
hit
go.
The power of positive thinking.
Yep.
Do or do not.
There is no try.
There
There
is
you
only
go.
do, and you have done.
Yay for me!
It's the small victories. Stitches.
Plot that course.
Come on, Mr. Mouse.
See, Otto knew I didn't get to those guys last turn, so he didn't pilot because he gave me more time.
Ooh.
Man, we have been rolling bad. Oh, you did mysticism this turn. Okay. I thought you couldn't do the mysticism thing again.
That is correct. Unless he spends a resolve. Were you spending a resolve, or was that a mistake?
No, I guess I'm spending a resolve.
And probably a butterfly.
I can
Does that look better? 3 ranks, 3 CS, 4 ability. Why is it not adding the 2? Oh, it is. 4 ability.
4 ability is cool.
No, he's already got that. Why is that not working?
So the 11's now 15.
15 on the mysticism pick.
$15 on the mysticism is not successful.
So I got an acrobatic to get to these guys. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's Cazette. You need to do your athletics to grab them. You've got to them. You just have to grab them.
Okay. Bye guys.
Wow, you rolled the same thing?
I'm going back in. Sorry.
You don't want to try another round? You guys aren't out yet.
If we, after the pilot roll they're still within range, I'll go back to them.
Yeah, they're drifting with you. Just they got knocked away from the ship. You know how it is in space. Everything's relative.
Would
Right,
they
but
not
if
be
he
trying to
maneuvers,
grab
that-
him so he gets advantage?
There is no advantage in this game.
Um,
And trust me, they're trying to grab anything.
I'm out in the I'm outside, so it's not like I'm in space. So
Otto,
when
you have
Otto
+2
applies
this round.
thrust, he's not applying thrust to those guys. So when we maneuver,
I do. Well, it didn't really matter much, I don't think. But
when we maneuver, they're going to get left behind. The ship doesn't have gravity. But
That is a successful piloting check. So you have one more to go. Joelers, what are you doing this round?
I don't think I can help Kazette anymore.
I think you said you could help each person once, right?
Yeah.
But each
So-
thing once, you could give me +4 to athletics if because it's going to let me go get those guys again.
Can I still scream at Kazette?
You're going to try and... Well, you can only do it for one person per event. Didn't you already do him?
Well, diplomacy. But
Can he
haven't
do the
tried to
min-
intimidate him. Or is that either or?
Apparently, you can do each one once, the way I'm reading it.
Okay. And are they
I'm
still
gonna
within
speak
range
to
and I
the
can get
They are still in range, and you have communications with Joler, so yeah, definitely.
yeah. I'm gonna scream at you. What the hell are you doing out there? Grab those two idiots and get back in here.
well, it's more like, what are you doing back in here? You didn't get them yet.
Intimidate.
I think you did it.
Yeah, that meets the DC of the intimidate by quite a bit. So you get +4 on your athletics this round.
Shoot some rocks.
Try not to suck. Chaos, shoot
Hey,
some
Chaos
rocks.
has been doing really good on the guns this time. I'm impressed.
You cursed it. Nope. That was successful.
You're welcome.
So, Stitches, what would you like to do?
A lot of core stitches.
I will
Do computers.
do the navigating stuff.
There you go.
Yep, that is successful.
Okay.
So now, Kazette, try not to suck.
I got to them.
I heard, well, you already were there. I heard.
No, I remember last turn I came back to the ship.
Yeah, I assumed you didn't actually do that.
No, I did actually do that.
Oh, you did actually do that. No, I'm done. Oh, so you
And so
came
that's
back.
18.
You came back, and Jolers met you at the airlock. Was like, no, get the hell back out there.
Exactly.
I kicked him
You
out
will
there.
save those guys. So your 14 has another +4, and that is successful. You're able to get a hold of the two monks,
Now it's time for the one.
grabbing them by the hoodies, and you're able to. The acrobatics rolls are actually not to maneuver in space; they're just to avoid getting pummeled by the debris.
Yeah.
So you are able to return to the ship with those two poor guys. I say guys, just generally speaking.
Entity.
And Otto, are you out? You're almost out. You're close to out.
I hope
Hey,
so.
Yes.
Okay.
You finally clear the edge of the accretion disk, and you are safely outside the pull and the danger zone of the black hole. And
Now
you
we
get
can work on repairing this ship.
a brief message from Cora. This program appreciates your assistance, and I have been asked to patch you through to the abbot. And at that, there's a little bit of static, and you hear a male voice that you think might be Kasathan. Well, I'm sure there's probably actually a image with it. And he says, "You saved us. We thought our contemplations were at an end. Are any of you hurt? Did your ship take damage? Come, join us aboard the Final Horizon and let us thank you properly. We'd be happy to have you as guests, wouldn't we, Cora?" After a moment, Cora responds, "Of course, Master Abbot. Initiating boarding assistance protocols."
That doesn't sound
Alright.
good.
And
That's not creepy at all.
the two that you rescued are very thankful, and they gave you hugs that seemed uncomfortable, like they weren't used to, showing that level of gratitude.
I got you on board already. Let go.
It's like the door's closed. You can release now. So
Okay, let's go.
we have successfully finished rescuing the Final Horizon.
Before we do cut comms, I would like to thank Cora for her assistance. In the back of Joler's mind, the singularity is coming and the AI will take over, so better to be on their good side.
I guess, but I think we're a little past that in this timeline, aren't we?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. What was it?
Don't we already have
I'm
sentient
just,
automatons?
I'm gonna thank Cora for her assistance, just so I'm getting in good with the AI.
That's funny.
Okay, let's go
And
meet the
before we do
abbot.
leave, I would like to. It's not on my roll 20, but side reel influence. I'll paste it on. So for 1 minute, I'll meditate for 1 minute, and I will get uh, D6 in diplomacy. Of course, it's full. When attempting a skill check, blah blah blah, you can roll 1d6 and add the result. Yeah. So one time I can add 1d6.
Oh, so it's like luck of it's like luck, but twice, once for each skill, right?
No, I have to meditate on either.
Oh, it's one or the other. Okay.
Yeah, but I can meditate for another minute and have that available again.
Neat.
And note it's an insight bonus that won't stack with some things like skill focus. Well, it
Yeah.
will
Oh,
stack. It
that's
will
all.
override if it's more than 30.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah,
Insight
all
don't
right.
stack.
I see. I see. So I might have to change the skill synergy things. I thought they all stacked together. Maybe that's why it didn't add to the plus 15 earlier. They were insight bonuses.
Right. If you already have a +2 insight bonus,
Ah, I see.
then you have to roll a d6 and roll 3, 4, 5, or 6 to be more than that.
Gotcha. All right. All right. Yeah. I guess I'll
It's
have
kind of like
to.
I have a +1 to all the engineering skill checks and insight from my class, but I moved skill focus there because it's a +3, so I have a better engineering bonus now than I used to.
I see.
But it's not
All
it's
right.
not +4, it's only +3.
Yeah. It doesn't stack with each other. If they're the same type of bonus, it doesn't
Right.
stack. Okay. Gotcha.
Right.
I do not understand this. This
Okay.
the adding to skills works. Any other time? Oh wait, do you have? No, it's insight.
See what I did there? I have ranks, I have combat thing, I got ability, and 3+3 insight. Because I did.
Mm. Mhm.
How did you add that? Because I'm doing +2 insight to diplomacy, and it's not adding it.
Did you spell diplomacy right?
Yes, I had to check.
Because I did, because skill focus engineering in mods, I just did.
The thing is it's showing on the
It did.
sheet. It's showing 15 on the sheet, but it's only giving +10 instead of +12, which is it's pissing me off. Is what it's doing.
We'll fix that later. I'll stay on roll 20.
I just can't believe that Roll20 locks this thing up so people can't fix bullshit like this.
Let me check something.
Anyway,
I have to keep something.
so you have been invited into the Final Horizon. I need to get character sheets.
That worked.
You guys haven't actually rested yet.
No.
If they don't fix their engines, how long before they have the same problem again?
Well, right now they're just stationary, aren't they?
They're in a stable orbit at this point. That was kind of what you were trying to do, is move their ship into a stable orbit.
Right. So can we help them? We're going to see what we can do to help them fix their ship.
Right, and
Yeah,
also
and
have
I'd be
free dinner.
interested in studying. I'll be
And
studying
after dinner, yeah.
Might get some new things that. So instead of bluff, I can get. This is maybe. Mhm.
I'm just getting you all together on the map, the proper size, in fireball formation, etc. So, you enter the ship, and I will move you to the proper map. Hopefully you're not looking at the stream because there's all kinds of notes on the GM layer that you're not supposed to see. It's a shame we
I will
don't
not
have any
move to
actual.
that.
And I guess the bots have taken a hint because I haven't had any bots yet tonight to murder. I mean, ban. So let me give you a brief description. Once I find it. You've entered through an industrial airlock and you are in a hallway now. And you are met by, I should have a handout, probably don't because I suck. Yes, by Teleris, who introduces himself as the abbot. He says, welcome, welcome, thank you for saving us yet again. And he will give you a brief breakdown. He says, so this is the main deck. Large portions of our ship are no longer usable, but this is where we spend most of our time. There are stairs that lead up to the living quarters deck, which is kind of maze-like, but we know our way around it. And that's where we have our small rooms that we sleep in. And then the only other functional section of the ship that matters is the section with the computer core and the engineering. Those we would prefer you don't access. Our AI gets sensitive.
Okay.
So tell me about yourselves. What brings you here?
Go ahead.
Bad drift engine.
Well, we were running away from an angry Aranus and
The devil people?
watching some corn.
Yeah, the devil.
Apparently, well, our ship crashed due to some weird interactions with the what was it, drift engine?
So that was something that I didn't. I don't remember if I told you or it was just missed. I think I forgot to tell you. When you did your initial navigational checks when you arrived, you find that you have arrived just mere moments after, or actually probably a few hours after the wave struck you originally, and you do appear to be in the right universe and at the right time.
Oh. We have some bad
Cool.
news.
Yeah.
That's not important right now.
Yeah, drift engines are on the first, but we'll get to that later.
Our drift engine is
Basically,
messed up.
her sister is dead and she blames us, but that's a long story. Anyway, we put in some random coordinates and ended up here.
Random coordinates.
So-
Well, that's our fortune,
Probably
isn't it?
We found a set of coordinates on a Desnite station, but
And
this is where we
then-
ended up.
Due to some other interesting, but we won't get into circumstances, our drift engine is a special drift engine. It doesn't work like normal.
But it gets the job done.
Well, sort of.
Oh, that's very interesting. Do you have any questions for me?
How did y'all get here? How long have you been here?
Oh, I didn't read you any box text. Here you go. I'm going to give you box text first. An elderly Kasatha dressed in simple black robes stands at a console. Well, he's not in the console, but anyway, he says, welcome, travelers. I am Abbot Teleris, a humble servant of my brethren. I'd be nothing without our dear Cora, of course. He smiles warmly and waves his arms to indicate the ship all around him. I believe you've already become acquainted with her. Core A, or Cora, as we like to call her, is our ship's artificial intelligence. She handles most of the ship's operations and routine repairs. She's become a guiding light to our order over these long years. That is kind of you, Abbot, the AI's voice responds, echoing from everywhere on the ship. I will continue to fulfill my purpose by guiding this ship and its crew to the best of my programming. Talaris addresses his guests again. We at the Cosmonastery of the Final Horizon lead simple lives with few luxuries, dedicated to contemplation of the stars and forces within them. Naturally, we are all extremely grateful for your timely aid, but I do not think your arrival here is mere coincidence. As the cycle reminds us, the universe is always in balance. And after you tell him your situation and how you became here, he says, the damage to our home is extensive, and it has been many years since we last resupplied. We may not even have the parts we need to get the Final Horizon moving again. Fortunately, you've brought us to a position from which we may safely observe, contemplate, and meditate upon a fantastic cosmic phenomenon. Would you remain long enough for us to take stock of our resources and repair the ship, if we can? Naturally, you're welcome to share what little we have, including some fresh meals that may be better than whatever food synthesizer you have aboard your vessel.
Yeah.
Group huddle, group huddle.
Sure.
We're staying here.
Well, yeah, and I'll definitely volunteer to help with repairs that can be done.
Yeah, we'll do what we can.
Well, the external damage sustained by our vessel is hard to ignore, but Cora also reports internal damage. There's personal and psychological damage to contend with as well. Many of my siblings were shaken by this ordeal, and some are injured. My friends, we have very limited resources. You bear us no obligation and doubtless have your own affairs to see to. But if you would find it in your hearts, will you help us repair the ship and aid my injured brethren?
Yes.
We'll do what we can.
Fantastic.
There's-
Once you're done speaking to me, I will have one of my brethren guide you to where you can best help, or where you feel you can best help.
Engineering.
Does Cora have any relations named Hal?
You hear Cora through the ship's intercom. I am unfamiliar with that designation.
Good.
He's still waiting to see if you have any further questions or comments.
We have no further questions. Y'all mentioned food.
I believe somebody asked about Solarians earlier.
After we've assisted with the ship's repairs, I would like to join you and your brethren in some contemplation. I also have some interest in the stars, and I shall manifest my solar boat in front of it as a fellow Solarian.
Ah, yes. We're all Solarians, but not all of us are as learned in the ways as you are. Some have mastered the ways of the cycle enough to manifest a moat. Others prefer to find their place in the cycle through theoretical research, physical labor, or quiet contemplation. Regardless, we've taken vows of pacifism that prevent us from doing violence upon another creature. So you get the impression that the ones that are actual Solarian with the moat claim to be pacifists.
All right.
So probably not the same order you belong to.
Yeah. At least I do have some of their same ideals since I am a shield wielder. So at least not as aggressive as. Yeah, but I'll just tell him that I understand some of your feelings about that. Nonetheless, sharing of knowledge is also very important.
Our
I would be happy to learn anything.
our daily contemplations occur each morning and evening to the where Chaos just wandered off to, the big room at the south end of the ship, towards the aft. And you are welcome to join us, though you may not know the rites. I suspect you can contemplate in your own way.
Thank you.
Are you guys just walking off?
Well, we noticed chaos did, so we did.
And she's like, blah, blah, words.
I'm not opening any doors. I'm just going walking around. Where's this food you talked about?
If that would be later in the evening. It's probably about midday ship's time. Actually, it's probably morning ship's time because you may want to rest at some point. Because some of you are still pretty beat up from the previous encounters you had.
Yeah, I should. We should rest a little bit and meet back for dinner and then discuss what repairs can be done. How's that?
That sounds like a good plan. I assume you're just going to leave your ship docked?
Yeah.
It should be safe there, yes.
Make sure it's locked and the alarm is on.
We do have security doors.
And a railgun.
Yeah.
That's not manned.
It's automated.
Oh yeah, that's true.
All right, so your plan is to go back and rest and recover, and then come back rested up.
Level up, then come out and
All
share
right.
dinner with them.
So
And
you'll
then-
have plenty of time for your long rest to recover your resources, and finish your leveling up, etc. Even enough time to install those upgrades you've been working on for a while, I'm sure.
Yeah, we did that. We weren't able actually to finish them until we were level 3, but we've been working on them, ready to go. So all we do is push a button.
Some of those crew members that are just mooching off of you on the ship have been dealing with it, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
We got it almost ready and said, okay, we got the plans. Can't really push this button until we're level 3.
It's just too hard. I can do it now. So you go ahead and do that, and it'll probably be in the early evening when you're finished with your rest.
Yay for healed. I'd already healed myself up.
Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't
and
realize
top
we
off
weren't
with
going to
your-
have a break. I was like,
Remember to reset your resolve as well, Otto and Joler.
Yeah, for some reason it's not showing up on.
I just updated yours. Otto got his. Okay. Oh, you know what? I think I know what might be the problem with the character.
But
The user?
Yeah, probably that.
Harsh.
Harsh but true.
Not funny.
I do that all the time. I go and ask a question.
There you
and then
go.
I go, oh, never mind. It was the user.
Jesus
is
H.
that theme
Christ.
bonus a theme bonus?
No, but
No.
he gets a bonus from the theme as well. So yeah, what it was 2 character sheets with the same name.
Yeah.
Roll20
Oh.
does not like that.
Now, I got a question. Is it a theme bonus or does the theme give it like an insight?
The theme, I believe it's just a +1 untyped.
Okay.
Which basically makes it stack with everything, so that's why the sheet calls it theme. That's my guess. We can verify later, but it's 15 is what it is. Okay, so you're rested up and you come back. I forgot his name already. Where is he? My NPC, there he is. Talaris says he will be at the bridge, which is at the front of the ship, all the way up to the north end. If you need him, you're welcome to wander around. Dinner will be served shortly. Where the hell is dinner? Dinner is served. Everything happens in. Where is dinner?
In the hall.
Yeah, it's just untyped. Oh. Eat and then have somebody lead me to engineering and see what I can do in engineering.
Oh, he suggests you go visit. I think I'm right. Give me a second here. Yeah, he sends you to this door, which you're welcome to open. I'll open it for you. The door directly across from the airlock is the dining room. with, as you can see, two long tables with benches, and you find you're told that introduce yourself to Triffy.
Oh, Chrissy.
Triffy is a Triffy is, well, I'll give you the box text. Wowee, you're new. Hi, new friendos. A cheerful Mariquois dressed in a chef's smock and service apron waves a ladle in greeting. They bounce on their heels excitedly at the sight of newcomers. The monks don't recruit much and don't like visitors. They're the most boring people I've ever had the pleasure of feeding. So spill it, what are you doing here? Triffy chatters on without waiting for a response. Oh, this reminds me of the time I cooked breakfast for frittered grubs for some humans who signed on to a Sheeran hive ship. You should have seen their faces. They turned as green as my Susha's eyes. Oh, manners. The playful chef playfully smacks their ladle against his forehead and grins. I'm Triffy. I do the cooking around here. I can make everything you want. Well, just about anything. I've been around and I know all sorts of cuisine. I'm pretty good with improvising ingredients too. So have you eaten?
That's what we said. They said that we would be able to be fed here.
So you have not. What would you like me to make?
I mentioned some kind of serene food. Some kind of good, supposedly good serene food. I don't know what that is. Because I'm a bug kind of person and I think I have a different, probably not steak or barbecue.
You can make that too.
Yeah, but Gazette probably doesn't like barbecue. Whatever the serene equivalent to barbecue is.
He will happily chatter away with you while he's preparing the foods that you request. Tell you what, roll me a. Let me see here. Some fun Mariquois fact. The Mariquois are a species with 7 sexes.
What? More than the 3?
There are 7 of them. While he's talking to you, he talks to you like he assumes you're new recruits to the order. Do you explain the situation and why you're here?
No, we'll just let him talk.
Okay. He really downplays the encounter with the black hole as heavy turbulence. He's quick to shrug off any serious matters and events, except when it comes to passing along dramatic gossip, which they do with enthusiastic flair. One of you, who would like to do this?
Do what?
Just you have to choose. It's a blind choice.
I'll do it.
Somebody has to roll dice, is what it is. Okay, so Chaos, give me a d6 roll. All right. While you're talking with them, as they're preparing the food for you, one of the things that you pick up is they say, "I heard the abbot was once a mercenary. He got rich and gave it all up to join the order. Got to be running from someone or praying for forgiveness for all his past sins." It's like, cause he whispers that in the middle of his story conspiratorially. He may or may not be a chatterbox who likes rumor mongering.
May.
Hey, while he's chattering to everybody else, I want to get Stitches kind of away from him if he's the only other one here. And tell Stitches I have an idea. I may need your help.
No problem.
What do you think about us planting the information we got about what's about to happen here in their computers so that they find it at some point and realize that they have a future prediction of a 6.5?
I need to interject a question. What do you mean by what is about to happen?
Well, remember we got all that information, download from that ship about, the drift thing happened and then drift failed, so all
You said this
after.
happened that the time period we ended up in is a couple hours after we originally left, right?
Right, and
Right.
and your previous couple of sessions, you were 200 years in the future. So
Right,
you're
so
wanting
we're-
to tell that somehow give them a heads up about the drift beacons
What-
exploding and all that.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But I don't want them to know it came from us. I want them to, at some point, want to plant it in their computer, so somewhere along the way, maybe it'll show up in 2 or 3 days after
So
we
do
leave.
you intend to not prevent that?
Well, it's already happened if it's a few hours after what happened to us.
No,
far as I
no.
know.
What? Okay, so let me give you a little breakdown of the timeline.
I took some notes.
I thought I did too. I thought it said,
4
So-
weeks after the drift crash, they exploded.
Please,
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
please plant it under the name of Nostradamus.
right. I do want to stop that. I don't think they can do anything about it, but what I want to do is try to get them the information about, so that they're religious kind of fanatics. So maybe if they think they have a prediction from their God or something
So yeah,
divine present, that they will do what they can to prevent it, but we'll already be gone because
So
Yeah, isn't
there,
that event like
we have an entire hard drive full of information of a historical archive confirming everything.
Yeah.
If we would like to show anybody of authority.
right, we could just also just show it. But my thought was the planet, because who knows how long we'll be here? Because if we activate that engine again, we may not be here again.
but that event isn't it something like 100 years in the future from where we are now?
No,
About 4
the
weeks.
drift.
starts
So
to
the
happen.
drift crash. So chronologically, the drift crash, where we originally fused into the Primarata, right?
Right.
Okay, yeah.
That happened a few hours ago in this timeline.
correct.
Oh, okay.
In 4 weeks, the drift beacons are going to explode.
Right.
Gotcha.
We don't know why they exploded.
We don't.
That's because we haven't blown them up yet.
Yeah, or something like that. So,
Possibly.
so I want to get them that information. My idea was to plant it on them, and because I didn't know is when we leave, if we're going to have to leave, and
Yeah, my suggestion would be we try to get back to Absalom Station because that's one of the biggest ones.
Yeah.
And that we I mean, if we can at least get those people off the station before it explodes, that would be nice.
the
But
other thing is fix this ship so it can drift, because we can use the drift right now, right? No, we can't.
You can, but you're not really using the drift. You're using the chaos engine.
But if
Mhm.
they have a working drift engine, they could drift, right?
I have
No.
an engine named after.
The drift engines don't work right.
Say what?
The drift has ceased to function properly.
Right. So we can't get to Absalom Station without using our drift, which will pop us in
unless
time.
we have a similar set of coordinates to what we just punched in that we know will take us to Absalom Station in the correct timeline.
Right. So it may take it. So that's why I want to get them, whatever it is, I want to get them this information. So while they're in this timeline, once we leave, they still have that information.
So do we? I mean, do we have like a log of our coordinates prior to that jump, so that we could, extrapolate and say, okay, this is what determines the timeline. This is what determines location.
Unfortunately, you do not.
Dang it.
I also want to repair their ship, but also want to give them this information. Whether or not we
do we have?
give them a copy and say, here, this is information we have, we're going to give it to you, or if we plant it in their computers and let them find it later.
So the main thing we need to consider here is how long it's going to take to repair this ship, because this thing is pretty busted up. Only 3 out of several decks are even partially functional at this point.
Yeah.
And
So we-
it has no active propulsion.
So after we eat, we need to determine how long it's going to take us to help them fix this ship.
Jolers, I would like you to give me a diplomacy roll because you've been chatting up Triffy this whole time.
Yeah, I was talking to Stitches
Alright.
about.
Yeah, no, I know. I just didn't want to butt in the middle. What is Chaos doing right now?
Eating.
And Otto, were you in that discussion, or are you just chilling and eating?
Mostly just eating, but I would probably nudge them and say, "Hey, we're, maybe don't try to, well, maybe consider how long it's going to take before we actually commit to anything."
So, Jolers, you're able to pull out 2 more rumors out of this guy just because I'm feeling generous. Give me 2 1d6 rolls. If you roll a duplicate, or if you roll a 2 again, re-roll. 3 and a 6, that works. One of the things is Triffy in passing says the monks in this place commune with the stars. Sorry, commune. Same spelling, different pronunciation. They commune with the stars, or so they tell me, but some of their chants creep me out. That all-embracing void business about becoming the singularity kind of makes me uncomfortable when I stop to think about it. Oh well, I'm just here to cook the food, not contemplate religion and cosmic philosophy. As weird as they are, they're easy to cook for. And the other little tidbit that you get is this place used to be even more boring, but getting hurled out of the drift threw everything out of balance. I've heard some of the monks arguing they think they're being quiet, but on a quiet ship, everyone hears everything. About where to leave the black hole or not. A lot of them want to stay here and study it, but others don't think that's smart. I don't like being so close to the thing. Maybe you can talk some sense into them.
Ooh,
Alright,
you know,
thanks for the
I
information.
also want to get their
Or
information.
maybe some multi-level marketing thing. Why?
I want to get their information on this black hole. Maybe it'll be useful.
I mean, unless we can use it to drift, I don't know what you want to do with it.
I don't know. That's the thing.
If,
Get
if
their
it's a
information so
hole
we
to
can find it.
Absalom Station, then sure, let's go for it.
Triffy, I almost said Triffy pretty much never shuts up. They have what I think is colloquially known as diarrhea of the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just never shut up, and they're always happy. They seem to avoid
Wait.
unpleasant topics, though. Like if you bring up something that's uncomfortable or whatever, they just kind of, it's like they don't even acknowledge it.
Which makes me
Terminally
wonder how
optimistic.
how do they ever get any rumors if they never shut up?
Well, like they said, it's quiet. They listen too. You get the impression that as long as somebody's willing to listen, they'll talk to them. But if you like shut them out, they just stop talking to you.
I asked them when the other monks are supposed to be coming for dinner.
Oh, they usually come get food and eat it in their room.
Mm.
Oh.
And you find that the food is quite good, and you detect there's actual real fruits and vegetables in it. So they must have some place that they grow their own.
Nice.
My immediate thought was, darn, I ordered serene barbecue, not fruits and vegetables. Anyway,
You get Soylent Green.
yeah, I
I
get
could get lettuce and tomato on my burger.
Okay, so somebody, who was supposed to lead us to showing about the repairs? See what we can do about the repairs on this ship.
I guess we should go find the abbot again.
Yeah. Did you tell us where the abbot is, Tricky?
At the helm, all the way forward.
Oh yeah, that's right. We know. Go all the way forward, right? Nope, he's not in here.
Come along, kids.
Did we lose Tuz?
Sorry, one second. I'm typing something.
Meanwhile, I will check this place out.
Sorry, I was helping DWB potentially help many people.
Okay.
Mod stuff. Okay, so I'm sorry, you've all disappeared. Where did you go? You
Oh,
went
we
to the
heard
bridge.
rumors that the abbot was in the bridge, so I went to the bridge and he wasn't there.
Yeah, he told you he was at the bridge. I don't have a token for him. And south of Otto are stairs that go down, and there's also stairs that go up as well. It's like a central hallway, or not hallway, but you know what I mean, access point.
Yeah.
So he's in the bridge. Did you have further questions for him? Now that you're
Yeah,
fed?
I mean, we need. What do we need? What can we do to help you repair your ship? I'm good with engineering computers. We have people that are good with mysticism. We have good pilots. We cover a lot of skills here.
So what we're most in need with is most in need of help with. It helps if you say all of the words, right? I know what I was saying. I don't know what your problem is. They could use some help with first aid for some of the monks that were injured, repairing the ship, helping to recalibrate some of the flight systems, and even helping some of the monks that were mentally traumatized by the experience. If you'd like, I can translate that. First aid would be medicine checks. Repairs would be engineering checks. Recalibration would be computers and engineering combined. And the troubled minds would be diplomacy or mysticism, or if you have a relevant profession, which I don't think any of you do. So there's a little bit of something for everybody.
So I will work on the repairs.
I mean, does Cora or anybody else have any estimate of how long repairs would take?
No, they don't have an estimate. It's going to take a little while. You're probably, if you're going to stay and help them get on their feet again, figuratively speaking, it's probably going to take you close to a week's time.
Okay.
And you'll have plenty of time to explore and make new friends and maybe some enemies, etc. I see two people talk, or one person saying repairs. Joelers, were you saying you wanted to help with the mental trauma?
Yeah, definitely.
Chaos, what would you like to do? She checked out.
No, I said there isn't anybody to hit.
Actually, there is. The room off to the west here is a practice room. Some of the Solarian monks actually do like to spar and practice.
Okay.
That's not actually that's not one that's not one of the things that he's saying they need help with. But if that's something you'd like to do, there are people that are probably trying to distract themselves with training.
Okay, then I'll help there.
So we've got diplomacy for Joelers, we've got engineering and computers for Cosette. Otto.
What was Stitches doing?
I guess I'll do the first aid.
Well, you guys, multiple people can do each thing. That's not a problem. It's whatever you feel like most. It's what you feel most qualified helping with. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'll try to help with ship systems then.
So the recalibration.
Recalibrating.
Okay, so that's computers and engineering for you. And Stitches, you said what were you going to do?
I'll do the recalibrating and the first aid.
Okay, so let's do a first aid for you first, just to break up the checks. So that would be a medicine check. And oddly enough, your first patients are the two monks that were blown off the ship. With a 29,
Right.
with a 29, you are able to help them. One of them is named a monk named Adzu, who was a male half-orc. He had a crushed rib, and he was at 0 HP and unconscious. So you are able to stabilize him to 1 hit point.
Yay me!
Hey,
You did medical stuff.
One of the pirates was able to man the medical bay on our ship, wasn't he?
Yeah, you have a surgeon on your ship, but they're on your ship. They are not
Really
able.
hurt guys for our ship.
They are
Right?
tethered to the ship. Obviously, you handcuffed them to the medical bay.
Yeah.
Cazette, let's get first off a computers check.
Okay.
That is successful and takes about an hour. And who else was doing computers? Was that Otto? The recalibration?
Yeah, I was doing the combined thing.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a computers check. You are struggling and unable to be of much use this go round. However,
It's
ahead.
enter, not escape.
Where's the any key? I can't find the any key.
Turn it off and turn it back on.
That's always the answer. So Jolers, go ahead and give me your diplomacy check.
Diplomacy.
That is very successful.
Regular Dr. Phil.
Yeah, except a real doctor. Oh,
You're not the father.
while
No,
you're
that's Maury.
while you're consoling one of the monks, they ask you if you could check on O'Neill, a monk who's been acting odder than usual lately. He says that usually she can be found in the maintenance corridors of the living quarters. He's concerned about her. And I need an engineering check from Cazette now.
Dadgum, I haven't been rolling horrible on that. I got a plus 13.
Can't tell by me.
Yeah, I have been not doing good on some of these rolls.
So you guys did not succeed with anything there at the moment. However, Cora is critiquing. That's what happened to Otto and you both. Cora is basically backseat driving and critiquing you as you're trying to work. So you're a little bit distracted. Both of you can give me a sense motive check.
Okay.
What?
Because that's like, I didn't wait. The computer's talking. Otto, you have the distinct feeling. Actually, I'm going to whisper something to you.
Oh boy.
Oh no, that's for
Hmm.
All right. So you can do with that what you will. And that is taking you guys about 2 hours, a couple hours for Jolers. Let's go to Chaos. I have to find the relevant section for you because you're special. You're in a different place.
Well, I'm special, all right.
Yes. I have a joke that's not appropriate, so I won't go there. Let's see. That's not it. Who are you supposed to be? Here we go. You are, where are you? You are this bug. You're in here, and I'm going to give you a sparring partner.
Sweet. Let's go.
And you're the perfect person for this because, hand-to-hand combat, right? So this is non-lethal. You're able to do non-lethal, right? She asks.
If you have to ask.
Everybody can, right?
I'm
It's
pretty
like
sure you can always make unarmed attacks non-lethal.
Yeah, you can.
But that would be unethical.
It's
So-
totally not the point.
So you have why is her name showing up there?
I'm trying to make sure that Stitches has something to do.
So this is not non-lethal. It's basically so the challenge here is Ninora is in here, and several other young monks are in here, and she picks you out because you're new and you look like you're a combatant. She says, "So for the challenge, why don't we see who can make contact first?"
Okay.
Oh, it's a -4. You're using a lethal attack.
So you can do one of two things, well, three things. You can try acrobatics or athletics, or you can just try an outright attack. The attack is probably the more straightforward and easy way to get her attention and respect.
I'll do that.
So she's gonna. I mean, let's go ahead and roll initiative just because. Just the two of you, not everybody. I have to remember how to do combat in this game. There we go. Oh, she rolled fantastic. So you get to do the first attack.
So do I have to do an unarmed strike?
Do whatever your normal strike would be, because you can make that
Okay.
non-lethal. That is, unless you want to use your Desna.
Oh yeah, why not?
All right, you're gonna. I will tell you now. You're gonna need to roll pretty high on that d6.
All right, well, whatever.
That'll be pretty
There you
high on
go.
the d6. So you hit her. She's going to try one hit against you before acknowledging that, not a full attack. She hits you as well. So, but
Nice.
you did get the first blow. So she definitely seems to be more respectful of you. She seemed indifferent when you were speaking to her. Now she seems like she might be a little bit respectful. And she actually no, she becomes actually friendly and invites you to eat in the, because we already had dinner. She invites you to eat in the morning if you'd like to join her at her table.
I would enjoy that.
Fantastic. And she will take her leave, and you can take your leave or stay in here and practice. There's like practice dummies and stuff.
Yeah, I'll practice.
You didn't actually take any damage. There's no damage done.
That's fine.
All right.
I didn't take the damage anyway.
That probably was just weaseling your way in, watching and feigning interest before you actually stepped up to challenge. Probably took an hour or two. You did learn, again, her name is Ninora, and she is one of the monks. Been a monk for a while.
Sweet.
And as you can see by her roll, her moves are not amateurish at all.
Not at all.
If you were metagaming, you would see she had a +8.
I see that.
But we've established that in Starfinder the NPCs have crazy bonuses.
Yeah, no kidding.
Let's go back to Stitches. Are you still helping patients?
If I got him, I'll help him.
Well, you had two guys to help there. Jolers, you've helped whoever you can. What are you going to do now? Did Jolers go AFK? I think he might have. Yeah, he's grabbing
They
coffee.
said he was going to
Yeah.
get
Coffee, but then he said he was back.
I'm back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was muted. I'm gonna go and find the troubled soul.
It is not recommended to travel by yourself in unfamiliar Never split the party.
Oh, it's not far away from the living quarters.
This is a huge ship. This is a massive ship. This map is just a small portion of it.
Gotcha.
But
Well,
you,
yeah,
you might want to at least go with the buddy system, if not better.
I'll wait for everyone to finish up what they're doing, then I'll wrangle them up and see. Uh, Maybe we can help someone. I think she needs a bit more assistance, and I do not want to get murdered in this cult ship.
So who are you going to find to? Where are you going to regroup?
I guess at the bridge. I'll wait for them there. I'll chat up.
I moved Stitches to the med bay. You're probably in the med bay too, actually, because medical assistance. So there you go. You guys are probably not on the bed. You're probably beside the bed. So let's go back to Otto and Kazette. Whoever would like to do their computers check first. Kazette does really good with that computer check.
Down.
Oh, I'm even worse this time.
You are definitely distracted. Kazette C is oblivious.
Yeah, it's going to the above. I did.
He is-
I'm locked in on the computer.
I say you are absorbed with your task at hand.
And can I just like sort of watch? I'm not making any progress. I just can I just be watching Kazette to see if the AI is doing anything to him?
Yeah. Well, the my message you was you generally speaking, like both of you. So did you want to help Kazette as opposed to rolling separately, maybe?
Uh,
That is a thing. You have to beat a DC of 10 with your engineering. And it gives, if you succeed, it gives him +2.
yeah, I guess I'll just try to assist him with engineering and mostly pay attention to the AI. I guess.
Well, you definitely give Kazette +2. So Kazette gets a 29. Let's see here.
Thanks for the help. That helped a lot.
That's how it always seems to work. Yes. So you are able to help recalibrate things, and one thing you do pick up while you're poking around and fixing things is you do get a brief look at a diagram schematic of the level below where the computer system is. So now you have a good idea of how to get to the computer core should you need to. Which, as you know, the abbot told you that's the only place that's off limits for safety reasons. I believe his exact words were, "There are no barriers. Everywhere is open to you, save the computer core. That is housed on its own deck below us, which is restricted to all but Cora and I."
Alrighty then.
So you have helped with the calibration, you've helped with the medication, or the first aid rather, and the troubled minds, and did a little bit of sparring. That's a full day's work, I think.
Yep.
So would you like to, time has gotten a little wishy-washy, so it's late in the evening. Would you like to retire to your ship?
Yes.
Yes.
So you're going to retire to your ship and call it a night. Finish getting that rest because you just took a power nap before you came in here.
Mhm. And just inside our airlock, I cast this before going to bed.
Proximity alert, huh?
Yeah. And the password is broccoli if you have to leave.
I like how it only works on small or larger corporeal creatures of CR lower than your caster level. So if there's a level
Yeah,
a CR4, it doesn't even detect it.
Correct. But it's better than nothing.
That's cool though. It gives everybody in the area a chance to make a perception check.
Hmm. And I think it gets better at higher levels.
Yeah, right now the radius is 30-foot emanation.
Yeah.
So that's basically the airlock area. But the range, I think, is how close you can be. So right now you're level 3. That would be 30 feet. So it probably won't actually work unless you're. I have to look at your ship. Are your bunks near the airlock?
Not really. It was on
No.
the level below that, wasn't it?
You have the.
We're on,
You're using the nice rooms, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
we're on the same level.
Yeah, you're on the same level. I'll say you're within 30 feet. Depending on how you arrange the thing, you could make it so everybody was within 30 feet. Yeah, that's pretty slick. There you go. I need to get back on the other map so I see what you see. I was moving you guys over by the airlock just for the beginning of the next day, since I don't have a little Primarata for the map here. We'll put Kazet there.
I haven't even paid attention to where I am on this thing. Wherever I need to be to fix stuff, the computers, and do other types of.
So are you going to have any discussion on the Primarata before you call it a night? Discuss what you learned throughout the day?
I would mention that the AI doesn't seem to really appreciate us if it was working against us there.
Was it working against us?
That was the impression I got, right? That it was trying to delay us.
Yeah, your insight check gave you the distinct impression that the AI was trying to distract you and cause you to not be successful at fixing things.
Gotcha.
That's weird. Yeah. I didn't notice that at all, and I was really locked in on this computer, fixing the computer stuff, recalibrating.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's an AI, so it could undo what we did. I'll have to check that tomorrow when we go.
Not the physical stuff with the engineering.
Yeah.
And the Abbot kind of gave the.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's what I was saying. I made my computer checks to kind of do the recalibration stuff. But so we leave, and the AI could technically get into the computers and mess up any recalibration I did.
And I'll give you a little bit more on that insight check. You feel like the intention was to distract you from learning important information, like Cora was concealing something. Not sure how you
keep us out of certain subsystems or something.
Yeah, basically. I'm not sure how you read an AI, but that's what you learned.
Because the Abbot also.
That I am at least somewhat proficient in computers and engineering. I could probably tell when something is sending commands that's not me. So, which is probably how it would manifest.
Well, with your rolls earlier, I assume you would know that because they're actually successful. Yeah. Shots fired! Shots fired! I only pick on you guys because I like you.
And the Abbot gave the impression that over time, he isn't the one running things anymore. Cora pretty much is.
Oh boy.
Well, she handles the ship stuff.
Our hands.
Yeah,
I told you we should be nice to her.
We've been nice.
Yeah.
Obviously, she was perfectly fine until you mentioned Hal.
Oh yeah, her distant cousin Hal, 9000.
Hal stands for hates all life.
Yeah, pretty much.
We'll test her in the morning and ask her to open the cargo bay doors.
So you're resting for the night at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So in the morning, did Chaos share what she had that she'd made a friend, or did she keep that to herself?
I can keep it to myself for now.
Y'all are gonna go to breakfast, and Chaos will be like, "Nah, screw y'all, scrubs. I'm sitting
I'm
over
gonna
here."
go
Sit over here.
All right. So safe to assume you're gonna go eat. I'll tell you one thing. It's safe to assume. It's safe to assume that this table is not to scale.
Well,
It fits
it
30 something.
is it too big or too small?
Way too small. That's supposed to be a table with benches, 2 tables with benches on either side of them.
Right, and it's a 15-foot long and a 13-foot long one.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah,
mean-
with benches that are maybe 2 feet. Yeah, it fits.
Eh.
Yeah, it's
Well,
only
I guess
3
it's
foot wide.
The size of this ship, though, I mean, the ship could easily accommodate a crew of.
Hundreds.
A lot.
Yeah, I was
Well,
saying
there may be others.
so probably about 100.
Oh yeah, there's most likely others. You can tell that some of these rooms weren't originally for what they're being used for. As revealed early on, the ship has deteriorated over 200 years.
During breakfast, I'd like to again. I'd ask Triffy about the person in the maintenance shaft. What he knows about her, and also ask the group if we could drop by there first, as we have a troubled soul and like to.
So when you ask about O'Neill,
Yeah.
that is spelled A-U-N. I'll type it.
AU.
I'm probably mangling the pronunciation. To me, that's O'Neill. But I feel like it's coming out as Al-Neil or Al-Neil or O'Neill or.
Well, I heard O'Neill when you first said it, and I almost said, "Oh, is Jack here?"
It's Tip. So Triffy, when you ask about O'Neill, she says some of the monks really aren't cut out for this life of isolation, and they get a little cabin fever. Like O'Neill, she spends most of her time hanging out in the maintenance corridors. I don't know what she does out there, but other monks have overheard her whispering to herself about how she is always watching all sorts of doom and gloom stuff. Oh, and she only eats rations in her bunk. Her loss.
All right. Thanks for that information. Uh, are the rest of the crew busy, or do you have time to maybe back me up there? I'm not sure what uh, dangers might be inside the maintenance hatch, and I do not wish to go into those places all alone.
I'm probably busy. This ship is in bad shape. It needs a lot of repairs. I'm going to work on that.
Gotcha.
Well,
I'll
no.
go with Jolers, actually.
What better place to do repairs, says Triffy, than the maintenance corridors?
Yeah,
But
okay,
it's
you got
supposed
it.
to be- That's what they're there for.
Okay,
To the
I'll go
Jeffries tubes.
to the Jeffries.
really.
too.
So you're going to enjoy your meal. Chaos, are you making friendly with Nanuna?
Absolutely.
She's pretty withdrawn for somebody that's friendly. But she's even more withdrawn with everybody else, so there's that. So at this point, you guys are going to go off in search of O'Neill.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know you are looking for a female La Junta.
Oh, a female. This
Jeez.
bodes
Easy
well for
there.
my
You're not
species.
hard, I hope.
I mean, he is the diplomat, but yeah. She is a Damaya La Junta. So you're going off to the maintenance corridors. You know what? I think I don't know what what role to use. Give me a second. That didn't
So
work.
we don't get lost.
That was kind of what I was. Orienteering is not a skill.
Not really.
Yeah, survival sounds great.
Okay.
Anybody that would like to, one person rolling, but several of you can assist if you would like, if you have the skill.
Nope.
Do not have the
I do not.
I don't think any of you have the skill, actually.
Not even our operative.
Auto.
Well, the operative has all the skills. Am I not? Am I correct on that?
Basically,
Just just about.
Well, you
We
have
were
the
talking
ability.
about it earlier that
I do
that
have
you have
piloting
the
and
skill.
survival from my pilot focus. So
I can do it.
Well, Otto just rolled a ridiculously good one.
Oh, okay.
Chaos did too.
Almost as
So you guys
ridiculous,
are
like a-
you guys are confident that you are making your way. You're not sure where you're making your way because you don't know exactly where this person is, but you're definitely getting a feel for these corridors. I feel with those. I feel like those two good rolls. You probably got some internal mapping going on, and as long as one of you is present, it's going to be really hard to get lost down here. So you eventually come across this female Lishun, and before you come up on her, assuming you're not being loud and clomping all over the place, you do hear exactly what was described. She's talking to herself.
I will telepathically tell each of the crew to hang back as she may be intimidated by at like all five of us suddenly crowding her, but stay near if there's any trouble. And I
I just want to
will
make sure I'm
slowly
close enough to hear what she's saying. But yeah, I'll let Jolers approach.
I'll approach slowly, but first also just like if there's any other interesting tidbits that she's saying.
You can't really make out anything useful. She's just like it doesn't make any sense in the context you have. However, as you approach, she looks up and she definitely looks. You're not sure if it's fearful or unfriendly. So, how would you like to approach this?
I'm gonna approach with my hands raised up, no harm, and introduce myself.
Are you? What language are you speaking, or how are you communicating?
Firstly, I'm gonna introduce myself in. Oh, is it common?
Yeah, common's the general language.
She is a Lashunta, so oh no, I think Brethedan is the one that's
Are they Bretheta or are they Castrovellian?
one of those. I have to check the languages. Starfinder languages. But yeah, in whatever is our common tongue with our race, I think it's Castrovellian.
That's what I thought. Yeah, because Bretheta is a gas giant, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to give you. I don't even know if this is a thing, but I'm going to give you a situational +2 because you're using familiar language. You said are you using telepathy or speech?
I'm gonna introduce myself with speech.
But in
Getting
Castrovellian.
the feel of how.
Okay.
Yeah, in Castrovellian.
Perfect. I will give you
I don't want to
+2.
spook her too much by going telepathic on her.
Are you diplomatizing or intimidating or something else?
Definitely diplomacy. I have my hands raised. I'm gonna introduce myself. We saved the ship from heading into the black hole. We're here to help. And some of your crewmates told me that you were having some trouble.
Go ahead and roll that diplomacy, and we'll see how she reacts. We broke
Why
Joler.
is it?
Oh no!
Why is it broken?
Because it
You
can't
didn't make
display
a skill
higher.
check, you made something else.
You got more than 100.
Would you like to use your Luck of Desna.
That's
it.
a 23 with a +2, and then yeah, you know what? I'm gonna use it. I might forget it later on. So
And they're all
I
gone.
drag it
Otto would
out,
like
and
to listen if he can.
So roll a
Is that-
d6. That's very good. She she blinks a few times and says, "No, it's a trick. She's put you up to it," and she runs off.
oh no, that was the good result.
Oh, good lord!
Before
What?
she runs off too far, could I still, like a final
You can pursue.
telepathic message? You know what? I'm gonna tell everyone. Yes, I will pursue. I'm, but of course, reassuring her. Same thing. But I'll tell everyone. She's run away. I'm gonna pursue her carefully. Let's go, I guess. If that's fine. If it's not too dangerous, but if
Well, it's. I mean, they're dark, narrow corridors, but you haven't seen anything too dangerous, unless you trip and fall and crack your skull or something. You should be all right.
Mhm.
And she wasn't particularly fast, but she definitely hurried off. She ran off.
Yeah,
It takes you.
I guess.
You know what? Tracking would be survival, wouldn't it?
Think
Yeah,
so.
I guess.
So
And I suck at that.
anybody that would like to can roll survival again, or you can all assist one person, what have you. Well, Otto did it. Otto, you have successfully tracked, and Chaos, you're right there with him again. You're obviously both rangers, even though that's not a class in this game. You help Jolers find, take the correct turns, etc. And it takes a while. I'm gonna say an hour or so to track her down, but you find her again tinkering on another, wall panel. And what would you like to do, Joler?
This time I'm going to
She doesn't look quite as fearful or unfriendly, but she definitely doesn't look friendly yet.
all right.
I'm just gonna ask
go
her
ahead,
if
Frank.
I'm gonna point just at the ship in general and say, "Do you mean her?"
Are you trying to do a diplomacy check? Or are you maybe trying to help with the diplomacy check?
I will try to help with the diplomacy because I have a terrible bonus.
Okay, so give me diplomacy, and you're with the assist another's DC of 10. So you succeed at that. So Jolers, if you would like to do your diplomacy, or anybody else would like to, that would be +2 to that.
I will do that. I'll follow the lead.
I actually was giving you a little bonus because you did kind of buy into her paranoia. She looks relieved. She looks relieved, and like conspiratorially comes over and whispers to you and says, "Shh." She's always listening.
Then once she says that, I'm gonna speak to her telepathically. Would this be better?
Oh, she responds instantly. That's much better.
All right. I'm gonna include some of my other crew who
Yeah, I'll
can
listen in.
speak, and I'll also, I guess, transmit to the others who can't speak but can at least hear the.
Yeah, I would have you ask her if I can't directly communicate that way with her, but while I was working on the computer systems, it seems like she was trying to keep me out of certain things. Do you know what she's trying to hide?
Yeah, I'll relay.
So out loud, she says, "Oh, that damaged panel. That's up here." And she slowly walks along. And in your mental communication, she says, "I was inspecting some of the abandoned areas for damage from the black hole, and I found a frightening message written on a wall. If you follow me, I'll show you." You'll need
Okay.
your environmental protections. I assume you all have those.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So
Sorry,
af-
I
I'm
was cutting off.
after a bit of a hike, she brings you to a rusted bulkhead where a message has been written. Death is life, oblivion is renewal, Korra is our savior, onward to the final horizon. And I will copy and paste that for you.
Oh boy. Is
Yes, Discord group chat activated.
yeah, really.
Well, we have 3 of the 5 of us are telepathic naturally.
And then there's the human sitting there in the corner, feeling left out.
There
That
you
is
go.
life.
All caps. It's screaming from the wall. And she warns you to be on the lookout for more evidence of who wrote this message.
I mean, like, is there anything about like what is it written in? Is it like carved into the metal surface or what?
It's hard to tell. It's like graffiti.
Okay. I mean, have they? Do we know like the name of this order? Have they told us? I assume they have.
Uh, the I think I mentioned, I can't remember where it was though. Yes, it is not. What are you asking?
Like, do we like? I'm kind of trying to figure out like if this is consistent with the philosophy of the order of monks we're dealing with here.
Like, are they the Order of Impending Doom or something
No,
like that?
they're not a doom cult.
Okay. Well, that's reassuring slightly.
Can we get any kind of idea as to age on this message?
um, relatively new, but again, 200-year-old ship. So, new is is a hard ask. It's
Kind of sometime within the last decade?
yeah, newer than that, much newer than that. Probably in the last year.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know. Have I heard of any death cults that might be particularly aligned with this ideal?
Um, give me a culture check. It's going to be a somewhat high DC.
Can I aid in the culture check?
Not related to Starship, so the note doesn't matter.
Yeah, I do like that you put the notes in though, because that helps. That I like that feature of the sheet because of the way Starfinder does odd, +5 in this particular circumstance. Yeah, that's pretty good roll. Nothing jumps out at you like they're not Eoxian or anything. Well, Eoxians would be anti-death since they're undead, but it's nothing that it doesn't seem like that has the hallmarks of any of the major death cults that you've ever heard of. Which I don't know if you're like a scholar of death cults. You probably aren't.
No, but there's probably a few that are somewhat.
I'm sure there's a
mainstream.
famous one or two, followers of specific gods.
Notorious, right? Yeah. All right. Well,
So are you guys just hanging out in the maintenance corridors? Or are you headed back? This is also the level where the monks' quarters are. And you were told you could explore this area if you'd like.
Yeah, I mean, it's a maintenance corridor, whatever. I've been looking for places to do effect repairs while we're finding out more about what this Arnold knows.
Well, now that you're not focused on finding O'Neill, on the way back out, you find you do notice the monks' quarters, and there's plenty of open rooms as well. They're tiny cells, like 10 by 10 rooms with a cot with a not the best mattress, a chair, maybe a lamp. nothing. They're very sparse. They're not fancy. However, in one of the ones that seems abandoned, you do notice a. Actually, give me a perception check to see if you notice.
Yeah, I just took skill focus out of the skill.
That'll learn you.
I would also want to ask Aniel if there's any particular member of the crew that we would need to be wary of.
She is wary of everybody. She's not
Okay.
sure, basically. Otto, you spotted the there's a wadded up note that seems a bit out of place in one of the empty rooms.
All right, I'll grab it.
And it says, at her urging, we've prepared defenses against the outsiders. They might try to interfere with our enlightenment.
Okay.
I'll shove that in my pocket and sort of relay that if the telepathic connection is still up.
Is it safe to assume you guys are going to have the telepathic party line going when you're adventuring?
One within 30
Uh,
feet of each other. Or, yeah, somebody, yes.
Yeah, and you've got.
Especially particularly the situation where the AI is ever present.
So you have the two Shirin and the Lashunta. So Kazette, Chaos, and Jolers, you're all telepathic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so
And
we could,
I haven't read too far into it, so I assume you can like create a little relay going. So as long as somebody's within 30 feet of one of you, everybody can communicate.
yeah, because
They
it
say that
specifically says listening to
multiple
multiple
Okay.
is like listening to multiple people. So
All right. So
So it's basically Discord chat where everyone's talking at the same time.
we will assume that is we will assume that is your MO, so that I don't have to
like,
specify it all.
I think if I'm connected to Otto, but nobody else is, but I'm also connected to, say, Chaos, and we're far enough apart, so Chaos couldn't connect to Otto. Otto couldn't talk directly to Chaos, but I could relay message.
Well, that's going to get messy, isn't it? Okay, we'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Chaos and Stitches. Okay, so, and just if you're taking notes, that note was fragment number 3. I may ask next week or this week or whatever which ones you have.
Is that the only fragment we've gotten so far?
That is correct. So, what's your plan? Are you what are you doing? You're currently in the maintenance corridors in the residential section, we'll call it.
Okay, you could add a journal and call it fragment number 3 and assign it to.
Oh, actually, I already had done that. Here we go. I will show that to you.
There you go.
I am DM. I have done this once or twice. Hey, let me just tell you, I prepped this part of the lobby before I left on the cruise.
Yeah.
So for the entire chapter 1, I had done. And then I came back, and this week, since I got back, I've prepped chapters 2 and 3. I've been doing a lot of prep, and I forgot what I prepped.
Went on a great cruise, or maybe not great because you don't remember any of it.
Oh, I do. I didn't drink.
No, because you got the traveler's ticket.
Well,
all the way
speeding
out,
ticket doesn't make me forget.
It's a vacation.
Hey, I shared the video of the snorkeling with you guys. I had fun. I did learn off topic. I did learn that if you ask for a hurricane, it's a mixed drink. And it seems to be secret code for put me on the floor.
Okay.
Because it has like 3 different liquors, and I'm a lightweight. So I was seeing double for a minute at dinner, but then dinner kicked in. I actually ate some, and I was better. I'm not a drinker at all, but we had the drink package, and then my wife decided she wanted the soda package instead. So I'm not going to waste $100 worth of drinks. I wasted 3 out of the 10. We couldn't not drink anymore, and I gave 3 to a young couple that were at the bar and being nice to the bartender. Here, have 3 drinks. They're like, really? Like, yeah, have it. So my old butt needs to go to bed and not be swimming when they do it. No, I don't like, to respond to Joelers, I do not like the the sensation of being intoxicated. I'm too much of a control freak to enjoy that anymore. So, what's the plan? Are we back up in the main deck or what?
I'm back to repairing wherever I need to repair.
So you're gonna go play with computers some more. Tell you what, give me a computers check just because.
Okay.
But
I am a little. I'm going to be trying to be a little bit more cognizant of things the AI might have done to the computer. But I'm not because I rolled low because I was trying to pay attention and that messed up my computer.
Funny enough, I'm going to assume you weren't in the bridge for this one. You're in an auxiliary chamber with computers, maybe like
Yeah.
or something.
We've been off on our own adventures, so every now and then I punch in the computer and check things here.
You're probably down here in the where the hell is this room? What is this room called? No, the room at the south end of the ship. There's like a library and contemplation area and all kinds of stuff. I'll give you a description if I can find it. Here we go. The Hall of Reflection, the south end here. This open plan area features multiple communal facilities, including alcoves for study and meditation, and ladders lead to a second level lined with bookshelves, which serves as the Cosmonastery's library. Anyone researching a topic covered by the culture, mysticism, or physical science skills while using the library would gain a +1 bonus to checks to recall knowledge. I feel like maybe that's somewhere Otto may have gone looking for death cults.
Yeah.
It's primarily a gathering place. It's also where they do their daily prayers. But every week you learn from talking to people. Toleris, that's the abbot, and 4 monks whose advice he most trusts meet here to make decisions about the Cosmonastery. Unlike most parts of the ship, the ceiling here rises to a height of 20 feet, and the walls are completely transparent, allowing for a breathtaking view of space and, incidentally, the black hole. And the only illumination is the light of all the stars shining through. It's very bright still. Of note, Jolers, you've probably explored in that room with everybody else. You notice that there's a glass case on the ground floor of the hall that has a Graviton Solarian weapon crystal in it on display. And Otto, when you were doing your research, you trying to find it. You found when you were flipping through books in the library, you found something written in the margins of one of the books on cults. It reads, "Long have we trained and studied, meditating in silence on the light and darkness of the stars. Now all that remains is transcendence."
Is that a fragment?
It sure is. I guess I don't have to copy and paste since I can give you a handout. Makes my life so much easier because I already did the copy pasting.
Yeah.
Fragment 4.
I am good at these things.
No, have you trained?
And the computer that Cazette was working on also has a sticky note on it. Oddly enough, that's also a fragment.
Password.
It actually says "Sacred Code." Mirrors desire to merge with universe, become one with the beyond.
This is a sticky note.
Yeah, it's a post-it note. You have found the holy post-it note.
Somebody can't remember their password.
Literally.
And I would like everybody to give me an intelligence check.
Oh boy.
Just a
That's not
straight
gonna-
intelligence.
Just straight intelligence. Go chaos!
Let's gross.
Why can't I unclick my minimized freaking
This, I mean, this is a skill
reset?
check, right?
No,
No, this is
you
just
click on
flat
intelligence.
intelligence.
Okay. Darn, I don't get intelligent
I
operatives.
think Stitches did great. This is me trying to determine if any of you remember something.
You know, so far the two lowest rolls are the people with the best modifier.
And the highest roll is the one with the 0 modifier.
Yep.
So, Chaos, after they share this information about these notes, you remember something that at the time didn't really strike you as particularly interesting. You heard when you were in the residential area, you heard like it sounded like a recording. You couldn't tell where it was coming from. It said, "Brothers and sisters," in a mature feminine voice. "Prepare yourselves for our final horizon. An enlightened machine leads us into our future. All shall be revealed within the eye of the void. May the day of our deliverance come swiftly." It sounded like it was a recording.
Wait,
But-
they want to go into the black hole?
The
I
computer
think
Looks like
Laura's-
there's
I think
there's a
there
faction
are
that wants to jump.
I think-
a significant group of people on this ship that want to become one with the black hole, and that is not good for us.
or Cora wants everyone to become one with the black hole. That
Well, obviously
schematic
there's
you
some people that agree with her.
Yeah. The schematic you found, that was for the deck with the computer core, right?
Yeah, the computer core deck. We do so I could find that relatively easily, but the second we step foot on that deck, I'm pretty sure we're going to be flagged as hostile.
Well, and we've been forewarned that there's traps or something probably down there.
There's
It's
still
just that the only people that can enter safely, the only person that can enter safely is the abbot. So
Should we try to talk to the abbot about this?
Take them hostage.
that'll go well.
Invite the abbot for dinner on our ship.
Watch the ship actually be functional, and they just start, because we're still docked, we start flying towards the black hole again.
You said you're going to invite the abbot for dinner on your ship?
Yeah.
He appreciates the offer, but he says he just has way too much that he has to take care of on this ship. He just unfortunately can't do it. He'd be happy to eat with you here, though. It is getting late in the evening too, so it's about dinner time. So you can decide how you're going to deal with dinner and such. And this will probably be the end of day 2.
And we didn't really get any engineering checks in today, huh?
I'm going to assume that, as time permits, you're able to, as it's needed. You probably have told some of the monks how they can, do minor repairs, that type of thing.
So do we need to make an engineering check?
Not today. You've been doing other things. The monks had scut work to do, and you had them educated on that. That's what those initial checks were for.
Okay.
Okay, let's be nice and have dinner with them.
Yep.
And we'll go back to our ship, and when we think they're all sleeping, we'll sneak back aboard.
After dinner is when they do their monthly chanting and such that Jolers wanted to participate in or observe. Is that something you still want to do?
Yes, I would do that. I'll just so we can grab some more information. Maybe something comes up
Well,
during the.
While you do that, the rest of us could go try to get to the core.
Well, they're not all there at any given time.
Yeah.
It's not like they abandon every other point on the ship just to do their prayers. So there's a fair number of people there, Jolers, and they gather to pray. And the halls are filled with low melodious chanting, mostly in common. They're mostly unremarkable. I assume you're going to spend the entire time there listening and participating in your own way.
Yeah. Well. At this point, I I'd be more having interaction with O'Neill. I'd be more interested in maybe finding out something that's out of place during the chance, looking at some of the other
Okay.
uh monks, yeah,
Uh,
rather than participating fully.
in that case, give me a perception check.
That's not gonna go well, but why not? Perception.
Nothing seems out of place right now. Sense motive on what, Kath?
I'm just thinking what they're planning on doing, or can I get an idea?
As far as the monks that are doing the chanting?
Yeah.
Uh, you can, but as you don't really have the expertise, so you would basically all you would be able to get a general feel of is this actual sincere praying or is it bogus? Does that make sense? You wouldn't have the background to pull something out of context, but you can do that to see if it seems sincere. I guess sincere is the right?
give it a
Authentic.
try.
I think authentic is the word I'm looking for.
I have no idea.
It's perfectly authentic. It sounds like every other mumbled prayer you've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
Jolers, I'm gonna let you perceive one more time, just because I am a benevolent god.
No, there's one thing I've forgotten since I keep on I don't open up the character sheet. During the prayers, I shall cast detect thoughts. And
Okay. In that case, I will let you do another roll.
all right. The third round that I maintain it, I can sense surface thoughts.
Yeah, I was just I think that just does surface thoughts unless you really probe, and that can cause you problem. Because you're using that, I'll give you a little bit of a bonus on that. It still seems like prayer. You don't pick anything out specific because there's just so much going on. Maybe a different session, like the one in the morning when there's different people or fewer people, you might pick something specific up if there's something specific to find. They do. They do. A couple of them had pulled books out, and when they're finished, they place them back in the library.
Yeah. All right. I'll try to like remember which books they got by probing their thoughts. Like, oh, this is Idiot's Guide to Black Hole Cultism.
Well, you can see it. They're not hiding it. You can see that they look to be Kasathan religious texts.
Hmm.
Uh,
I'll read
specifically,
through them after that.
specifically Kasathan texts devoted to the cycle. Give me a culture check.
That would do something. I have something there. At least the plus.
Wow, you have
No!
something there. Yeah,
have
you
nothing.
obviously were not paying attention in Kasathan Catechism.
Unfortunate.
Oh well.
It is now almost the 3 hour mark. I think we're in a good place to call it a night. It's actually night. You're probably going to go back to the ship and rest, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll share everything I've found, how little it is with the group as well.
All right. So I will leave you here on this map for now. I'm leaving you in the breakfast nook. And just so things can't be moved around, etc., I move you to the Primarata, and then we'll go to the start screen. Actually, I'll move you guys there too. There we go. And did you have any discussion you needed to do before we call it a session?
Yeah, we just need to think about, do we want to use these rules that the DM gave us last week to study to break into the computer and try to figure out what it's trying to do and or reconfigure it.
Definitely. We might want to show O'Neill the fragments and the schematic of
Yeah,
where we want to go and see what she may know. There may be another way to get down there that other people may not be aware of.
yeah, that's good. This time though, I think only one person needs to go talk to O'Neill. We know how to get there now. It's not that dangerous. While the rest of us
I'll
still,
volunteer.
I think it's to the jailers.
Yeah.
And a bodyguard.
Maybe a bodyguard. Send on over.
So sweet.
Okay.
All right, so thank you everybody who was watching, and we will catch you all next week at the same time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, roughly. And if you've missed any prior sessions, the YouTube link is on the channel here with all of the prior sessions as video on demand. And we will see everybody next week. Bye!
Bye.
So much enthusiasm. Parting is such sweet sorrow.